The long-term game is China. China will not be allowed to be a hegemon in Asia. Now, India has to see how we will position our statecraft. And if the military instrument is getting so important, should we not look at increasing our own defense spending? You see, geopolitics impacts national security. Geopolitics impacts the military instrument. So it is extremely important. So just let me try and, sketch it out for you. There was always this swivel in geopolitics from economics to national security. Look at the way defense budgets are being stepped up. People are now talking 5%, $60 billion, 160 billion euros, Japan. I mean, that's the talk everywhere. And on top of that, you now have the Trump bazooka. I mean, he's really a bazooka. Look what he's done. Look at his compact with the military. He asked Dan Kane, what should our budget be? Dan Kane said $975 billion. He said, why not $1 trillion? I mean, see, we may have a lot of problems with Trump, but for the military, he's great. And then he said $1.5 trillion. For the Golden Dome, he's pledged $3.2 trillion by 2028. And where is the money coming from? He claims that the tariffs have already raked in, or people have pledged $18 trillion. तो अगर $18 trillion आ रहे हैं, उसमें से $1.5 trillion for the military is small change. But he also holds them to account. Absolute resolve, no excuses. Go and get Maduro. Did they get him out? They did. Again, now the Abraham Lincoln is positioning itself for a possible strike on Khomeini. So he used the tariffs as a security instrument, and he is using the military to underwrite the dollar. Venezuela में जब उसने किया, what were his problems with Maduro? Two things. Last October, Maduro started getting into talks with Russia for missiles to target the American heartland. That is something which is a red line. And secondly, he started talking of de-dollarization. The problem was not so much his trading oil. US doesn't need oil, but he started talking of oil in non-dollar terms. So Trump is saying this is our hemisphere, one message, and the other is that the dollar is there to underwrite the world's economy. So look what the military instrument is doing as part of statecraft. So we must keep that as a backdrop. And I've studied the national security strategy very carefully. My understanding of the national security strategy, American national security strategy, is this. Of course, the Western Hemisphere, no Chinese, Russian influence here, but the Western Hemisphere is being strengthened merely to project power into the Indo Pacific. The long-term game is China. China will not be allowed to be a hegemon in Asia. Now, India has to see how we will position our statecraft. And if the military instrument is getting so important, should we not look at increasing our own defense spending? I hope the budget is around the corner. I'll be looking for 3%, 4%, 5%. We just need to do it. Now, if all this happens, we also need the military instruments to transform. In that sense, the IBGs, what is that talk of Rudra, Bharat, and Shaktiban, these are good transformations. We'll speak of them. But these transformations are tactical and operational. These strategic military transformations, we'll need budgets, we'll need theater commands, we'll need unmanned systems. So one part of the transformation is very good. The other part needs to happen. And 2026 may be a good year to supercharge the transformation. If Trump is supercharging the geopolitics, let us supercharge the transformation.